All right. Well, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. It's Joe at Starkweather and Cirrus Change Readiness, and I'm so excited to have a coffee chat for 2024. My guest today is Lizabeth Wesely-Casella. She is the CEO of L12 Services. Now, I got to tell you why I'm excited about Lizabeth is one, we met her doing a talk for Association Insights Old Town with Dave Schulman. And we just hit it off after it was over in the Q&A session, and we just kept talking and talking about the impact of culture. Chaos tolerance is one of the things that Elizabeth talks about. Of course, we talk about ambiguity, and so then our brains are just like, holy cats, we're totally in resonance. And we've been talking ever since. And we thought, let's introduce Elizabeth to our community, our clients, and just say, hey, here's somebody really smart that you're going to want to meet when it comes to internal communications. I grilled her ahead of time and I said, okay, tell me what to say and what are you good at? And she said, well, we're kind of wizards at helping with culture and communications leading to improved operations. And I thought, super, where's the wizard's hat? Let's go with that because it's art and science that makes this so fun. So what I'm going to do today is for those of you who have seen us before, is we're going to ask two questions. The first question is, what do you do and why are you passionate about it? And the second question is, what do leaders need to know about internal communications? So as always, you all know that I'm going to interrupt, I'm going to ask questions. We might laugh and we might go on some tangents, but hopefully you'll enjoy this time and please let us know when you see the video, email, or whatever. So with that, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yes, laughing, no crying.
Well, there might be some crying, but tell me, why are you so passionate?
Well, it's really been a driving force in my entire career to connect people and information, not just theoretically communications as a giant global experience, but more connecting the internal communications directly to operations. How do internal communications impact operational success? So workflow, process, culture, all have a wonderful benefit when you have your mechanisms and systems and segments and calendars all put together tightly, and your people. I think that right now, this is probably going to go into why is this important to me part, but right now, due to the pandemic and the chaos post-pandemic and all of the uncertainty, people are overloaded. They're overwhelmed. They're burnt out. Almost everything seems like noise. Almost everything feels like an obligation. And it's really hard to create engagement and personal investment, whether it's the workplace or anything else that's tugging at your attention. Being able to help organizations set up a framework that makes it easy to engage the people that are in their workforce matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I'm starting to call communication compassion.
I love
Meaning,
it.
yeah, well, it's the idea that it's not more is better. Nobody needs more. Nobody needs another pop-up. Nobody needs another, email in their inbox. What people need is information that matters to them and respectful timing so that they can manage all of the noise around them and then get to that, communication or information that you're trying to share. And
Right.
share from the point of view of the person who's absorbing it.
And I love that. And I'm gonna pull on this a little bit, and I'm gonna start with the notion that everybody loves a train wreck. What have you seen when it's gone wrong and it hasn't happened?
Mass attrition and organizations closing.
Oof, really?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some good business plans with poor human execution kill businesses. And it's been sad because it's unnecessary. I had a video up a while ago, actually a long while ago at this point, where I just started out talking about how chaos is unnecessary. And our tagline is that we create clarity from chaos. That's been what we've stood with for 15 years now. We're actually, this year will be our
Wow,
15th year. Uh,
congratulations.
Thank you. But the point is to go in and streamline so that communications isn't a nebulous catch as catch can activity. When organizations don't assign people to internal comms and there's no accountability,
Mhm.
it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't help anyone. It's just kind of shouting out into the wind. And
Right.
so organizations that have been that train wreck have been ones that think it's a neat idea and don't prioritize it. Think that Nancy can do it because Nancy does everything really well. We'll just ask her to do it, or expect that it lives in the land of external communication,
Right.
PR, marketing. It's a different skill set, it's a different conversation, and it's really not about marketing and sales, and it's not HR either. I mean, you have both of those pieces informing your internal communications, but internal communications is its own jungle gym. It's its own
Right.
framework.
Right. Right. Oh, this is great. First thing, Nancy's go out there and ask for a raise.
Yes.
Second thing, there's so much to pull on, and I'm going to ask you to articulate, give us 3 points on what leaders need to know about internal communication so that they aren't the train wreck. They're not either the car on the tracks or the train coming off the tracks.
Internal communications is applicable to retention, job satisfaction, and improved processes and performance. Those are the direct connectors to operations for it. So if you have a return to office initiative and you're concerned
Ooh,
that you're
big
getting
one.
a lot of pushback, your internal communications plan can help you anticipate and communicate in a way that creates buy-in rather than resistance. For example, a lot of organizations are leaning into the idea that, if we give free coffee or, emphasize the happy hours or the forced fun, people are going to find it easier to come into the office.
Is it
Most of the
working?
time that's not working.
Ooh,
So, one of the arguments for returning to the office that I heard recently when I was at a meeting with DC's mayor was that if you return to the office, what you're doing is you're revitalizing downtown. You're making a positive impact on crime. You're making a positive impact on, the shortfall for mass transit. Coming into the office is more than just you going in and obeying the people at the top. It's an investment in your community, or it's an investment in mentorship and professional development. Like thinking outside the immediate gratification box for reasons to help people to come in, and then communicating that clearly, ideally knowing which segments within your organization will resonate with each of those different messages, because they're nuanced kind of branches off of the root message of we all need to come back. The root message is we all need to come back, and then different segments need different massaged messages, and then they need to be deployed on different channels to reach everyone.
right, right. Well, that's good. I mean, and I appreciate that. That it's almost like you just gave us the three things right there about, there's a root message, and then there's branches that have to be individualized, and you have to use individual different channels to reach the intended recipients of that message. Quick question: what about feedback loops?
Oh, one of my favorite things. Thank you for bringing that up.
Sure.
Communication within an organization traditionally is thought of as kind of a drip down. That what's happening is you're being told what the quarterly goals are, or what the dates are for benefits enrollment. And really effective communication that increases job satisfaction and creates a great retention pool is a two-way street. Meaning, when you're sending out your newsletter, or if you have blast emails, or if you use an intranet like SharePoint, be sure to identify a place that's consistent that people see either at the bottom or the top or within the body of the message in a really same space, so it turns into muscle memory, a place where people can connect and get more information. It can be a hyperlink that says need more info. It can be somebody's email address. It can be a human being's phone number. But make sure that you are providing people an opportunity to ask questions, make suggestions, and then take those questions and suggestions, and that will help you create a really fulsome FAQ. So it saves you time in the long run, because repeated questions, that's something that needs to be addressed. It should live somewhere. You're building a knowledge repository if you do that, and you're saving a lot of time for the people who answer the phone or answer the email or are in HR, the people that are assumed to be the content creators when oftentimes they're not.
Right, right. That is great. So many other things to ask you about. I'm going to throw topics out there. We could talk about them later. What are the implications for AI chatbots in internal communications? What are the implications for, using social media as a internal communications and maybe community building tool? I want to know all of this. I will tell you that we've already gone over, and I mean, probably, I know, and that's.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble so long, but I'm
I let you go. I let you go because I was like, wow, okay. So that's on me, but these things do anyway. I'm just going to wrap up quickly by saying, Lizabeth, thank you so much for the time. Thank you for the nuggets of information. I can't wait to see how people respond to this. And I'm looking forward to more of our communications, our conversations, you, me, and Mel, and these grand schemes we're coming up with. But
well, and you're going to join me on April 17th. So we can
April 17th.
I'm so grateful for that.
I am so excited about that. So we've got a lot of good things coming. We'll share them with everybody. But with that, I just want to say thank you, Lizabeth of L12 Services. So much value, knowledge, and emotional generosity there. I can't wait to see your success.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.